Okay, greetings one and all, and welcome to day number 3. Yes, day number 3. This has to be week 10 for 2024 of our journey together, and it's definitely a delight to have each and every one of you here for this evening's classes. That's day 3, week 10 for 2024 of our journey together, and it's definitely a delight to have each and every one of you here for this classes. Let's begin. Today we're gonna continue our journey on order of operations. What is the acronym, class? What is the acronym that we use for order of operations?
PEMDAS or
PEMDAS.
PEMDAS, very good. Now, when we're looking at PEMDAS, what does the P stand for?
Parentheses.
Parentheses, and that includes everything in the bracket. So whether it's like this, where it's like block brackets or curly brackets, those always go first. And then the next thing is exponents. That would be a number raised to the power, or it could also be what? Or it could be what? It could be square root. So we could do square root, or we could do, say, what? How many square roots would we also could do? Cube roots, right? So, right, the cube root of 8, right? And so exponents include square roots, powers, numbers raised to certain powers. And then we have M. What does M stand for?
Multiplication.
Multiplication. And then what does D stand for?
added a step.
What does D stand for?
Division.
Good night. What does D stand for?
Division.
Division. Very good.
Division.
Now, when we're looking at multiplication, division, which one do we do first? Multiplication or division?
Whichever ones come
Whatever
first.
one comes first, they're made the same.
Very good. Whatever comes first from left to right, that's what we do. All right. And then you have addition and subtraction. That's for the A and the S. And how do we do them?
Whatever comes first from left to right.
Whatever comes first from left to right. So they are what we say that they are equally weighted. All right. We say that they're equally weighted. Okay. And so that's how we do them. Okay, so let's look at, we continue our journey with order of operations. But I want to look at order of operations with, I guess you could say with fractions. So my name is Mr. Petit. So today is Wednesday. I cannot believe that today is already Wednesday. That means we only have one more day of classes. That is unreal. November 2024. The subject is, of course, mathematics. We're going to be looking at is what, part 3? This has to be part 3. So order of operations part 3. And we're going to be looking at, in particular, order of operations dealing with division, or I should say dealing with fractions, all right? So we're going to have some order of operation questions that I believe fall into that category, but it's different looking, right? All the rest that we've been doing so far has been horizontal. We didn't have to deal with any fractions. But in this case, we're going to be looking at sort of like the bonus question that I ended Monday's class with. We're going to build to be able to do that particular question. And I'm hoping that we are able to do it successfully. The objective is very simple. We want to simplify. And we're going to start off very simple. So say, for example, you have this question. Say you have let's say you have, this is going to be number 1. Let's say you have 18 plus 6. Again, the goal is to simplify. Divided by, or all over, 14 minus 10. All right, so when we look at something like this, any ideas on how we're gonna do it? What we gonna do?
You add first.
You think you're gonna add first? Then we're gonna add first, what you think?
Are we
So
right? Put it at the bottom
write
first.
write it down. Write it down for me, please. So we gonna add or subtract first. What we gonna do? Add. Okay. So we're gonna say 18 plus 6. What is 18 plus 6? That's gonna be what? 18 plus 6.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
24.
18 plus 6. That gives us what? With the 8, that's 6. That's gonna be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Gonna be 14. Put the 4 down. Put the 1 up. 1 plus 1 is 2. So we have what? What is our numerator?
24.
24. 24. And then we have 14 minus 10. What is 14 minus 10?
4.
It's gonna be what? 4. And so we have here is what? 24 divided by 24 divided by 4. And what is 24 divided by 4?
6.
That's gonna be equal to what?
6.
Equal to 6. Very good. Pretty easy, right? Not but this one. Let's do another example. Do another example. So let's say we have go ahead. Someone have a question?
It's not really anything to pertain with this, but like how we used to have our end of semester quiz, end of semester test.
Mhm.
I was wondering if we can have it for these classes.
You mean like a review on all of the topics that we have done?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We could have one, but more like, I mean, we break for the holidays, so we're not gonna do it then. It's just a break, so I'm not gonna give you a major quiz, but we're gonna do it closer to exam time. All right.
Okay, thank you.
So it's gonna be 21 plus 9 all over, say 16 all over 16 minus 6. It's gonna be equal to, what do we have? It's gonna be equal to what? What is 21 plus 9? That is what?
3.
30. All over what? 16 minus 6 is
10.
10.
The answer is 3.
10. And 30. 30 divided by 10 is?
3.
3.
Is 3. Is 3. Very good. All right. Do y'all understand this so far? I mean, if y'all understand this.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We can do another one.
Yeah,
I
we
don't
could.
understand.
You don't understand?
We can do this right away.
Okay. So here's the deal. What we do here is that the first thing that we do is that you add the numerator, 21 plus 9, that gives you 30. And then you have 16 minus 6, that gives you 10. Then you divide 30 divided by 10, and that gives you 3. And that's how we get our answer. All right. Let's do another one. So this one, I want you, let me open up the chat. This one, I want you to try on your own. I think the chat is open, right? So I want you to, why is it? No, it's not. Okay, it's open now. So I want you to try on your own. Do it on your own first and then put your hands inside the chat. Let's see if you understand this. This is number 3. Go ahead.
I ain't send my answers down in the chat. It don't go in. You will see it.
I see everything you put, every last thing.
Hey.
15 plus 5.
It's easy.
That's good. All over. Let's say 13 minus 13 minus 11. Put your hands inside the chat for me, please. We have 15 plus 5 all over 13 minus 11. Again, put your hands inside the chat for me, please. 13 minus 5, 15 minus 5 all over 15 plus 5 rather, all over 13 minus 11. Put your hands inside the chat for me, please.
I put mine in the chat.
All right. Okie dokie. All right. The answers are coming in. I see. I want the final answer. I want the final answer. Thank you, Destiny.
Because
Thank
with
you.
these marks.
Yes, I do. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you, Michaela. All right. So for this one, what did y'all get for the final answer?
10.
20.
Yeah.
10?
12.
12?
10.
All right. Well, first we have
10.
to.
What's the number 10?
First we have to add 15 plus 5 is
24.
20.
20.
20 all over what? 13 minus 11 is what?
2.
2. 2, very good. And 20 divided by 2 is
10.
10. All right. Pretty easy, right? Y'all should be able to answer these questions.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Sir.
Take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp before we go into the grade exercise. I want us to do a grade exercise based on this. So take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. I need you to do that right now. Take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. Take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. Anyone already sent in their work? Let me know, please, if you already sent in your work.
I just sent mine.
I
I
sent.
did.
Just sent mine. I did.
Okay, good. All right.
I did.
Okay. All right, let's go ahead and answer the questions based on this. So you're ready for the grade exercise, right? So,
Yes, sir.
okay, good. So everyone should get these right. Grade exercise number 1. You're gonna do this on your own, and you're going to write them in your book. Write them in your book and do them on your own for me, please. And then take a picture of it and send it to me via WhatsApp. Our goal here is to simplify. That's all we want to do, simplify fully. All right. So let's say that we have, let's say that we have number 1, 15. You're gonna do this in your book, and send a picture of it and send them via WhatsApp. 15 plus 7 all over 13 minus 2. Number 2, we have 30 plus 15 . 30 plus 15 all over 20 minus 11. Number 3, we have 22 plus 11 all over 19 minus 6. All right. Put your hands inside the chat for me, please. Again, put your hands inside. I'm sorry. Not put down inside the chat. Answer it and answer it and take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. Do that for me, please. All right. Go ahead.
Can you send me the first slide notes, please?
The
I
first
didn't get
slide.
it.
All right, the first slide. Okay, no
Yes,
problem.
the-
No problem. I will. Okay, so for those of you who need the first slide, I'm gonna allow that first slide to be given. But let me unmute some of you all. All right. Okay. Genesis, what number you on?
Number 1.
Number 1. Samaya, what number you on?
No, could say that's me understand, but again.
Chamo Hamilton, can you hear me? Chamo Hamilton,
What's up?
you can hear me? Okay. What number you on?
I finished.
You finished? Okay, for those of you who have finished, take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. Did you do that already, Hamilton?
I doing it right now.
Okay. Once you finish, take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp, and then you can put your answers in the chat. All right. Condoleezza. What number you on? Destiny Johnson, what number you on?
I'm finished. I'm just sending the answers inside the chat now.
Okay. Where is Wyatt? Wyatt, what number you on? Wyatt, what number you on?
2.
Number what?
2.
Number 2. And Chanel Pen, what number you on?
Number 3.
Number 3. Ricardo, what number you on?
2.
Number 2. Ronald, what number you on, Ronald?
Number 3.
Number 3. Ray, what number you on?
Number 3.
Number 3. Okay. Is there anyone who is finished? Is there anyone who's finished?
I'm finished.
Anyone who's
I'm
finished?
finished.
I'm
finished.
finished.
All right. If you're finished, if you're
I'm
finished,
finished.
if you're finished, take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp, and also put your answer in the chat if you're finished. If you're done. Okay.
Mr. Petit, I just sent my work.
Okay.
Good night, well.
All right. Good. Good night. Where's Nateo? Nateo, can you hear me?
What's up?
What number you on?
2.
Number 2. You understand what to do or no?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's go ahead and answer number 1. Do I have any volunteers for number 1? Do you have any volunteers for number 1?
Me?
I can do it. I can do it.
Go ahead, Tyreek.
Well, I don't know if you always explained it before I come, but I have an idea.
All
So I
right.
think I do something like this.
Okay, go ahead.
15 plus 7, that's 22.
15 plus 7 is?
22.
Okay, good. All over.
And then 13 minus 2, that's 11.
Okay, good.
And then I believe 22 divided by 11.
So you're gonna divide it?
Well, that's what I did.
That's what
I
you
don't,
think? Class, do we divide it? Do we divide 22 by 11?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
Good. And when we
Yes.
divide 22 by 11, what do we get?
I get 2.
2. Very good. Did anyone get 2 for number 1?
I did.
No, sir.
I did.
Excellent.
I did.
Yes, Mr. Petit.
Go ahead.
I did.
I rounded mine down. Is that okay?
Round it down to what?
I rounded down to 2 over 1.
2 over 1 and
And then I
it's
got
still
2.
2 over 1, it's still 2. All right, number 2, any volunteers for number 2?
I
You
can
know,
do it.
can do it.
Go ahead, Tiffany.
Okay, you do 30 plus 15 will give you 45.
Uh-huh,
And when you take 11 from 20, that will give you 9.
good.
And then you divide 9 into 45, that will give you 5.
Good. Did anyone else get 5 for number 2? Anyone else get 5 for number 2?
I did.
I did.
I
did.
I did.
Excellent.
I did.
Good.
I can do number 2, please.
Yes, we can. Number 3, what y'all got, by the way, before I do it?
I got 2.5.
2.5.
2, 7 over
2.5.
3.
2.5.
I know that yet.
All right. Number 3, go ahead, Kanan. What's number 3?
I put it. I was supposed to put it in fraction, or I was supposed to put it as the decimal.
22 plus 11 is what?
22 plus 11 is 33,
33, good.
and then 19 minus 6 is
Too much cocomelon, ma'am.
What is 19 minus 6?
13.
19 minus 6. Oh my goodness, that's supposed 13, that's correct. Uh-huh.
And then you divide 36 by 13.
Uh-huh. What you get?
I put it at the top.
I want it as a decimal.
I can do it right now.
So we have 13 into 33.
2.3.
What y'all got?
0.39.
3. I got 3
I
and
get
7 over 5.
2.5.
You got
0.39.
0.39.
2.5.
I get 2.5.
I got
2.5.
2.5.
It kept going, so it did, yeah.
Okay, how many times does 13 go into 33?
Twice.
2 times.
13 times 2 is what?
26.
26.
Oh, this thing just continuous. This thing just goes on and on and on and on and on and on.
It's
Yeah,
a
sure.
recurrent decimal.
Um,
I was trying to figure out.
it just continues on and on. Okay, so this is what I want you to do. It's actually supposed to be minus 16, not 6.
But
So
Pt, that's saying that, you know, and
Yeah.
that's the question I get lost on.
yeah, do it minus
Mr.
16, not 6. Yes.
My answer was 3 and 7 over 5.
No, do it with 16.
Okay,
Do
thank
it with 16. I write that wrong. So 22 plus 11 all over 19 minus 16. All right.
So it'll be 11 then.
The answer be
I
11.
get 11.
Get
I get my
11?
answer as 11.
Yeah,
I got
sure.
11.
Okay, what
Yeah,
do we do?
11.
What do we do?
22
I know.
and
Plus 11.
Go ahead, Ronaldo.
22 plus 11 gives you 33.
Good, that's 33.
And then 19 minus 16 gives you 3.
19 minus 16 is 3. Good.
And then you divide 3 by 33. And then you
Good.
get
11. Very good. All right, in that case, did anyone get all right? All 3?
I have.
yes, sir.
I did.
I get all right like always.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
I got all right.
Put an I inside the chat if you understand what to do. Put an I inside the chat if you understand what to do. Put an N if you do not understand. What I need is, I need you all to take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. You need to do that. Take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. Danielle, you said you don't understand? Danielle, where's Danielle? Where's Danielle? Danielle Curry, can you hear me? You said you cannot speak? Try your mic now. Yes, good night. Say it again? You said you came late? Oh, okay. you break. I could barely hear you. Say it again.
I came late and I ended up missing the example.
Okay. So what we do here is we just add the top, subtract the bottom, and then divide it. So 22 plus 11 is 33, right? And then we do 19 minus 16, which is 3. And then we divide 33 by 3, which is 11. You understand that?
Yes. Thank you.
You understand that?
Yes.
Yeah. Antoine, you have a question?
Yes, yeah. So
Uh-huh.
I keep glitching out, so I couldn't see the examples and stuff.
Hmm.
I understand everything else, but I don't know how to get which number to subtract by.
Okay, so you say 30 plus 15, that gives you 45, right? And then you do 20 minus 11, that's 9, right?
Excuse me, Sweetie.
Uh-huh.
Why are we subtracting by 11?
Because it says right there, 20 minus 11.
Oh, they give you what to subtract by?
Yeah, it's the top, you have to add 30 plus 15, I give you 45. And the bottom, 20 minus 11, that's 9.
Okay, I thought you had to figure out what you had to subtract by.
No, you subtract the bottom, it's a subtraction problem. Okay, so I think we understand this one, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
so let's move on to I don't know, we probably could be on this all night because it's a complicated one. The bonus question from from Monday. Let's see how quickly we, or how not quickly we could get through it. Example, simplify. So for this one, I don't know if y'all can see that, but for this one, I'm gonna break it down simply so you can understand. So please pay attention, because every step matters. Every step matters, all right? Every step matters. So, so let's say we have, this is example number, I'm gonna call this example number 1. Let's say you have 10 squared all over what? 2, open bracket, 8 plus 2, close bracket, plus 8. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna deal with what is inside the what? What is inside the what? What's inside the parentheses, right?
The bracket.
And what is 8 plus 2? What is 8
10.
plus 2? 10. 10, so it's gonna be on the inside. Close that up, and we have this gonna be what? 2. Now this is multiplied by 2, right, by the way. What is 10 squared? 10 squared is gonna be what? 10 multiplied by what?
10.
Multiplied by 10, right? Plus what? Plus 8. What is 10 times 10? That's gonna be what?
100.
10 times 10 is? What is 10? 100. Very good. 10 times 10 is 100. And 2 times 10, because the bracket means 10. 2 times 10 is what? What is 2 times 10?
20.
20.
20.
It's going to be 20 plus 8, right? What is 100 divided by 20? Let's do that. 100 divided by 20. 100 divided by 20. How many times does 20 go into 100?
5.
20 goes into 100. How many times?
5.
5 times. 20 times 5 is 100. This is going to be subtracted. And so that means that when we do 100 divided by 20, that's gonna be what? That's gonna be
5.
5 plus what?
8.
Plus 8. What is 5 plus 8?
13.
5 plus 8 is?
13.
13. All right, quick recap. Tens, we have this problem right there. What's the first thing we're gonna do? We're gonna do what? Class, speak to me. What's the first thing we're gonna do?
Add
You have to
what's bracket?
Add
Yeah.
what's in the bracket.
add in the parentheses. What is add the parentheses? What is 8 plus 2?
10.
10. 10, very good. And then we have 10 squared, that's exponent, right? What is 10 squared? That's gonna be what?
10 times 10.
10 times 10, right? So then we say 2, open bracket, 10. But when we have the bracket, what does that mean? What does the bracket mean?
Multiply.
Multiplication, very good. So we have 2 times 10. What is 2 times 10? That's gonna be what?
20.
20, very good. We just bring down the 8. 100 divided by, that's what the fraction means. 100 divided by 20 is what?
5.
5. And so we have 5 plus 8, which gives us what?
13.
5 plus 8, which gives us?
13.
13. Let me know if y'all understand this one. Let me know if y'all understand this one.
I understand. It's the same.
I understand.
I understand.
I don't understand this.
Understand?
I understand.
Just look. I don't understand this.
You do
Do
not
another a little puzzle.
puzzle. Who do not understand this? Let me know if you do not
I
understand.
don't understand this.
I don't understand neither. My phone get cut off, so I missed.
I don't
missed
understand.
Okay.
I understand it.
Okay. Alaya, you say you do not?
Sorry to
I
interrupt you.
do.
Okay.
I don't understand this. It's right.
Ray says you don't understand. Okay. Write this one down. Let's do another one. Go ahead, Joel.
Sorry to interrupt you during the class, right? But I have to go to a church meeting.
Okay. All right, you could go, Joel, quickly. Let's move on. Let's do another example. Now, math is easy. Don't make it hard. So even though it look a little complicated, don't worry. It's very simple. Okay. So, and I believe in y'all. I believe I could get this. Okay. So let's do another one. So we have number 2. If you think you know how to do it, you can go ahead of me and put your hands inside the chat. If you think you know how to do it, you could go ahead of me and put your hands in the chat. Let's say that we have 11. I'm sorry. Let's say we have okay. So let's say that we have 11 squared all over 2 open bracket 7 plus 4 close bracket plus 9. If you think you know how to do it already, you could put your hands inside the chat. If you think you already know how to do this, but for the rest of us, let's go ahead and do it. What's the first thing we're gonna tackle? What's the first thing we're gonna do? The what?
11 squared.
No, we have to do what?
The bracket.
The bracket.
7 and the 4.
7 plus 4.
Very good. What is 7 plus 4?
11.
What is 7 plus 4? 7 plus 4 is what?
11.
11. Then what we do at the top? What is 11 squared?
11 times 11.
11 multiplied by what? Multiplied by what? 11 plus what?
9.
9.
Plus
9.
9. plus 9. Very good. And then we have 11 times 11. 11 times 11 is what? 11 times 11 is what?
121.
121.
121.
121. Oh my goodness, come on, the noise isn't. Plus, I mean, all over. 2 times 11, which is what?
22.
22. Plus what? Plus
9.
Plus 9. And then we have 11. Sorry, 121 divided by 22 is what? 121 divided by 22 is what?
5.5.
5.5. Gonna be equal to 5.5. All we did was we divide 121 by 22. You got 5.5 plus what? Plus what? Plus 9. And 5.5 plus 5 plus 5.5 plus 9 is what?
14.5.
When we add them together. So
14.5.
if you add 9.0 plus 5.5, we get what? 0.
14.5.
That'll be 5. 9 plus 5 is what? 14. That's going to be 14 point what?
14.5.
14.5. So quick recap.
Sorry, Mr. Petit. Somebody just called me.
Okay, no problem. So quick recap. The first thing that we do is we deal with what?
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
Yes, go ahead.
I have a question. Why is the oh never mind. Sorry.
You got it? You see it? Okay, so quick recap. We have 11 squared. 11 squared is 11 times 11. That's going to give us 121. Okay. We have 7 plus 4, which is 11. We always do that first. And then we say 11 times 11, which gives us 121. 2 times 11 gives us what? 22. But then we have 121 divided by 22. So you have to divide this. When you divide these two, you get 5.5. Then you add 5.5 to 9. And I give you 14.5. All right, let me know if y'all understand how to do that. Let me know if y'all understand how to do that.
I get it now.
Yeah, sure.
I have to eat dinner.
I do.
You do? You need another
Miss Petit,
example?
Miss Petit, I have to eat dinner.
I get it.
Okay, do you need another example, or we could go to the great exercise now?
Excuse me, Miss Petit, I have to eat dinner.
One more example.
One more.
One more example.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and do this.
Excuse me, Miss Petit, I have to eat dinner.
All right, go quickly. Okay, let's move on. This is going to be so let's say we have number 3. Number 3, let's say we have 12 squared all over. Oh boy, that's not that's not written right. Okay. So 12 squared all over 2, open bracket, say 5 plus 7 all over plus plus, let's say, 17. Okay, this is gonna be equal to, if you think you know the answer, you can put your answer inside the chat for me. What is the first thing that we're gonna do, class? What's the first thing that we're gonna attack? The first thing.
Do the parentheses. Because it's in the parentheses.
Do the parentheses. What is 5 plus 7?
12.
What is 5 plus 7?
12.
12, very good. All over. Close bracket. Then we do 12 squared. What is 12 squared? That's gonna be what?
12 times 12.
12 times 12. Plus what?
Plus 9.
Plus
We get 17.
plus 17. Class, are you with me? Y'all understand that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, so my goodness. Oh gosh. So what we're gonna do now at this point? We have 12 times 12 times. What is 12 times 12? That's gonna be what?
144.
144.
144. Y'all sure? 12 times
Yes.
12, 144. All over. What is 2 times 12?
24.
2 times 12 is?
24.
24. Plus what?
17.
Plus 17.
Yes.
What is 144 divided by 24?
I couldn't find the answer for
Six.
that.
6.
6.
That's 6.
6.
6 plus what?
17.
Plus 17. What is 6 plus 17?
23.
23.
23.
6 plus
22.
7. 6 plus 17 is 23. So the
23.
answer is gonna be what?
23.
23. Good. Let me know if you understand how I got this. Let me know, please, if you understand how I got this.
I understand.
Let me know if you understand how I got this.
I understand.
Go ahead.
Question. I understand how you do it, right? But like, where we get the 6 from?
Who's asking where I got the 6?
Wrong.
I divided. Do you know how to divide 144 by 24?
Oh, yes, sir. Sorry about that.
No, that's fine. You may not know. Let me show you. So let me divide. So we have let's use a white. So we have 24
Yes, sir.
The screen go on black.
into 144. All right. Now we can't do 24 into 14. So we have to say how many times does 24 go into 144. Now we don't know our 24 timetables, so we have to try and iterate it. So we say 24 times 2, and that gives us what? 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 2 is 4. So we can't use 2, right? Because it's too small, right? So let's use 3. 24 times 3. 3 times 4 is what? 12. Put the 2 down, put the 1 up. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 1 is 9.
7.
So 3 times 2 is 6. Plus 1 is 7. Sorry. This one is 7. So we can't use 3, right? So
No.
let's try 4. So 24 times 4 is gonna be 4 times 4 is 16. Put the 6 down, put the 1 up. 4 times 2 is 8 plus 1 is 9. So it's 96. We can't use 4, right? So we have to try what?
5.
Try 5. 24 times 5 is 5 times 4 is what? 20. Put the 0 down, put the 2 up. 5 times 2 is what?
10.
10 plus 2 is
12.
12.
Try 6.
So we can't use, it's not 2, it's not 3, it's not 4, it's not 5. So what do we have to try?
6.
Let's try 6. So we have 24 multiplied by 6. We say how many times does 4 go? Well, 4 times 6 is what? It's gonna be
24.
24. Put the 4 down, put the 2
2.
above. 6 times 2 is what?
12.
12 plus plus 2 is
14.
14.
14.
So it's gonna be what? 100 and
144.
144. So that means what
6
that
times.
means is that 24 multiplied by what? Multiplied by 6 is gonna be what?
144.
144. And so it's gonna be 4 minus 4 is 0. 4 minus 4 is 0.
0.
1 minus 1 is 0. Class, do y'all understand how I divided this? Let me know, please, if you
Right.
understand.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Um,
I understand.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
who do not understand how I divided this? Do not understand how I divided it.
I understand.
So that means that, let me go back here. Let me erase that. Let me erase all drawings. Let me go back here. When we do 144 divided by 24, our answer is what?
6.
6. And so we have 6 plus 17, which gives us
23.
23. Okay. Y'all need more examples on this, or y'all think you're ready for great exercise? What you think?
Great exercise.
Great exercise.
Great exercise.
Ready.
Sure. All right. So,
Yeah.
okay, you're sure? All right. So, how y'all want it? Medium, easy, difficult? How we doing?
Difficult.
Difficult.
Easy.
Go for medium. Easy.
Easy, easy, medium. Okay. All right. All right. Let's not remember math is easy, so don't make it hard. So let's not make it hard. Math is easy. So let's try and do great exercise number 2. Number 2. I hope y'all get this. I really do hope y'all get this. I really do. Okay. So this is gonna be number 1. Let's say we have, oh, by the way, the instructions is to what?
Simplify.
Simplify. All right. Number 1. Let's say we have 10 squared all over.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
Mm-hmm.
I have to leave.
Okay,
Is
no
it
problem.
possible for you to send me these, please?
I will definitely do that. So we have all over open bracket. Um, 3 plus 7 close bracket plus 6. That's the first question. Please answer this inside of your book. Answer this inside of your book, please. And then once you've already done that, take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. Number 2, we have number 2, we have 12 squared, open bracket, 2, open bracket, 8 plus 4, close bracket, plus 9, and then number 3, we have 8 squared, open bracket, 2, open bracket, 3, plus 5, plus 14. All right, hopefully you're able to answer these questions. Ajani, what number you on? Ajani, what number you on?
Number 1.
Number 1. Anishka, what number you on? Anishka, what number you on? Anishka, what number you on? Where's Brianna Moss? Brianna Moss, can you hear me? Where's Brianna Moss?
Yes, sir.
What number you on?
Number 2.
Number 2. Jeff Tanique, what number you on? Jeff Tanique, what number you on? Patrick, what number you on?
I'm number 3.
Where's Jeff Tanique? Jeff Tanique, are you there? Where's Jeff Tanique? Please make sure that your mic is muted. Go ahead. Then Delvon Sands, what number you on? Delvon Sands, what number you on?
I'm on number 1.
Number 1. Do you understand what to do?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Kriston, right? Where's Kriston, right?
I'm done.
You finished?
I'm here.
Kriston, what number you on?
I'm about to finish number 2.
Okay, you understand what to do?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and Vincent, where's Vincent? Vincent, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
What number you on?
Number 2.
Vincent, you need to take a picture of your work and send it to me. Did you send your work? Did you send your notes earlier?
Oh, I did right now. My phone was dead.
Yeah, you need to take a picture of your work and send it to me. Where's Malicio?
Speak. I'm right here.
Malicio, you need to take a picture of your work and send it to me.
Yes, I will.
Okay. Where's Zion Neely? Zion Neely, what number you on?
Number 3.
Marino Hana? Marino Hana, what number you on? Marino Hana. Where's Marino Hana?
Number 2.
Marino, do you send me your work? Your notes. Marino, do you send me your work, your notes and stuff?
I don't send my work, but like I just didn't give it to you yet.
Yeah, you have to do that. You have to do that. You have to do it. You have to send it to me, okay? You need to do that. You understand me? Do you understand me? Make sure I do that right now. Do that right now. Malik Dorset.
Yes, sir.
Have you stopped taking notes in my class?
No, sir.
So where's the notes for tonight?
I'm sending you them right now.
So let me ask the question about yesterday. Did you send any notes?
Yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday.
No, sir.
So you have to send in the notes. Dorset, you was used to send the notes, but you don't send them no more.
That's why I was sending notes.
Okay, so make sure I send your notes. Nathan Patton, what number you on?
I'm finished, sir.
Finish. Okay, for those of you who are finished, anyone finished? Let me know if you're finished. Let me know if you're finished.
I finished.
Yes,
I
sir.
finished. Yeah,
I'm on number 3.
Mr. Petit, you say when we finish, send it to you.
Please.
When you're finished, send your picture of your work to me via WhatsApp once you finish. All right. Send a picture of your work via WhatsApp once you finish. I also want you to put your answers in the chat as well if you finish. Put your answers inside the chat as well once you're finished, okay? Where is Shania? Shania Bethel? Shania Bethel, are you there? Where's Shania? Shania, are you there? Where's Shania? Can't have from Shania. Shania, are you there? Okay, I need people who have not sent in their work, please send it. Malik, where's Malik?
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, not Malik. Malachi. Malachi Russell, are you there? Where's Malachi Russell?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Malachi, have you sent in your notes as yet?
I just came a while ago, so.
Okay. Yeah, you have to send me what you have. Send me what you have.
Yes, sir.
Michaela Maki, where's Michaela Maki?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand what to do?
Yes, sir.
Have you sent in your notes yet?
Yes, I sent them in.
Okay, you want what number you on?
3.
Do you understand what to do?
Yes, sir.
You do? Okay. I need you to help me with
Mr.
I need you to help me with number 1, Michaela.
Mr. Petit, I sent in my work.
That's good.
Pardon?
I need you to help me with number 1. I need you to help me with number 1.
Okay.
And
Hold on.
not now, not now, not now. When we ready. Kyla Welchcome. That's Kyla.
I send in my notes and the answer on the chat.
Okay, perfect. Where's Kyla Welchcome? Kyla and Kaylee. Kyla and Kaylee, can you hear me? Where's Kyla and Kaylee? Let me see. I can't hear from them. Shania, can you open your mic and speak? I see you're in the chat, but can you use your mic to speak? I need to hear you. Shania Bethel. Shania Bethel, are you there? Can't hear from Shania. Shania, you need to use your mic to speak into the chat. Okay, so go ahead, Michaela. Oh, by the way, how many persons are finished? Let me know if y'all finished.
I'm
I'm
done.
done.
I am.
Yes.
I'm done.
I am.
I'm
Okay.
done.
I finished. I finished.
Okay.
I'm finished.
Okay. I need Michaela to help me with number 1, Kamani to help me with number 2, and who's gonna help me with number 3? Who's gonna help me? Danielle Curry. Okay, no problem. Go ahead, Michaela. Help me with number 1.
Okay, so first we gonna do the 10 squared, which is 10 times 10.
It's gonna be 10 multiplied by 10 Okay, what else?
And then we're gonna do the parentheses. So it's gonna be 2. You're gonna put the 2 back, and then you can put 10 in the bracket.
How do we get 10?
We add 3 plus 7.
Very good. We add 3 plus 7 plus.
And you can put the plus 6 back.
Good.
So then we can work out the 10 multiplied by 10, which is 100.
Uh-huh.
And then we're gonna do the bottom, the 2 times 10, which is 20.
Uh-huh.
And then you're gonna put the plus 6 back.
Good.
And then we're gonna divide 100 by 20, which is 5.
100 divided by 20 is 5.
And then we're gonna do the plus 6.
Good.
And we're gonna do 5 plus 6, which is 11.
5 plus 6 is 11. Anyone else got 11 for this? Anyone else get 11 for
Yes,
this?
sir.
Yes, sir.
I did.
Only 2 people? Anyone else got 11?
I did.
I just had to change mine because I keep putting 8 where did I get an 8 from?
Okay.
I didn't get 11 because I wrote whatever number.
11 is the
Wrong.
answer. Anyone else got 11?
That was 8.
Yes, I got 11.
I got 11.
I got 11. Emily got 11.
Okay, good.
I get 11 too.
Good. Terica, you said you got 11?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Go ahead, Kamani, help me with number 2.
First, you're gonna put 12 squared
Good.
for and you're gonna put 2 and 12 in the bracket.
Where you get a 12
By
from?
solving 8 plus 4.
Good.
Add the plus 9.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're gonna solve 12 times 12, which is 144.
Very good.
Then under that, you're gonna times 12 by 2.
2 times 12, which gives us what?
24.
24.
Add
Plus
the
what?
plus 9.
Plus 9.
And 144 divided by 24 is 6. So you're gonna add 6.
Plus what?
Plus 9,
Uh-huh.
which is 15.
It's 15. Very good. Did anyone else get 15?
I got that.
I got that. I got that. Got that.
I did.
Very good.
Still must have been.
15 is correct. Go ahead.
So like this whole time, right? And like, cause how you know how when it was, how like it's for example for number 1 it's 2 tenths for the denominator.
Mm-hmm.
I was multiplying the denominator instead of adding them together, so I got different answers.
Oh, okay, okay. Be careful. Be very careful. Be very
Yes, sir.
careful. Who I say I was gonna do number 3? Who did I say was gonna do number 3? Who?
Daniel.
Oh, Daniel. That's correct. Go ahead, Daniel.
All right. So you start off with 8 times 8
Mm-hmm.
over 2, put in bracket 8.
Where do you get the 8 from?
I added 3 plus 5.
Very good.
So 8 times 8 is 64.
So 8 times 8
Yeah,
gives
plus
us.
14, sorry.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so 64 over 16
Very good.
plus 14.
Plus 14. Good.
So you divide 16 into 64. It gives you 4.
So 64 divided by 16 is 4. Uh-huh.
Plus 14.
Plus 14. Good.
4 plus 14 gives you 18.
Very good. Anyone else got 18 for their
I
answer?
got it.
I got it.
No, it's got
18.
18.
I got it.
Anyone else got 18?
I got it.
All right. Anyone got 3 out of 3? Let me know if you got 3 out of 3.
I did. I got
Oh,
3 out of 3.
I got to divide the 14 over 24.
Okay. Anyone got
I
one?
want by not again and you say none.
Anyone? Anyone got one wrong?
I did, but I corrected.
You corrected
same.
it.
I did, but yeah, I got one, but I corrected it.
Corrected it. Anyone got 2 wrong?
I did, but I corrected.
You corrected it. Anyone got all wrong?
Got all I did. Got the right way in the
I
wrong
get all
way.
right.
All right, put an I in the chat if you understand what to do. Put an I in the chat if you understand how to do these things. Put an I inside the chat if you understand. Put and put a, what shall we put? Put an N if you still don't understand what we're doing. Okay. Put an I if you understand. Put an N if you still don't understand what's happening here. Okay. Jonelle Grant, where's Jonelle?
Hi.
You say you don't understand?
No.
Which part you don't understand?
When it comes to, I keep getting mixed up with when I have to divide the numbers after I multiply them.
So, for example, you mean right here?
Yeah.
When you have to do like 64 divided by 16?
Yes.
Okay, you mean like how to divide 64 by 16? You mean like that? Okay, no problem. So let's do that. So, we have, so that's a good question. Some people have a problem with dividing them. So especially dividing by 2-digit numbers. So when you're dividing by 2-digit numbers, especially by hand, you have to just try it out because nobody here knows that 16 timetable. So we just have to figure out like what's gonna work. So we're gonna try 2. So we're gonna say 16 multiplied by 2. So 2 times 6 is what? What's 2 times 6? That gives us 12. Put the 2 down, put the 1 up. 2 times 1 is 2 plus 1 is 3, so it's 32. So obviously 32 is not gonna work, right? It's too small. So let's try it by 3. Okay. So again, we still don't know which one is gonna work, but we're just trying it out. Okay. So you don't enter knowing what the answer is gonna be, you just try it. So 3 times 6 is 18. Put the 8 down, put the 1 up. 3 times 1 is 3. Plus 1 is 4. So it's gonna be what? 48. Close, but still not 64. So let's try another one. Let's say 16 multiplied by 4. 4 times 6 is what?
24.
24. Put the 4 down. Put the 2 above. 4 times 1 is?
4.
Plus 2 is?
6.
6. Very good. So it's going to be 64. And so what we have here is 4 times 16 is 64. So that means that we could put what? The 4 here. So 16 times 4. What is 16 times 4? We just figured that out. That was what? 64?
64.
All right. So we have 64 minus 64, which gives us what? 0. Okay. So that means that let me come back here. Let me come back here to our problem. We have that what? 64 divided by 16 is 4. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yes, it does.
Okay, good. All right. Let's move on from this to do something else with our lives. I think it's gonna be the last, what time is it? It's what? Okay, we have time. So there's one more thing I need to show you all with PEMDAS, and then we're gonna move from this topic. I don't think we need to spend another day on this topic. There's one more thing I need to show you all, and then we should be good. I hope. I hope. I really hope. Okay, so examples. So we're gonna do it with, I'm gonna show you all. So simplify. This should carry us through the night. Let's see. So write this down for me, please. We're gonna continue with our examples. These examples are going to be very interesting, different from the fractions that we just did. But I'm sure you're gonna be able to understand this one very good. So let's say, for example, we have, say, let's do this. Oof. Oh boy. Oh boy. Wait, let me check this, make sure this is the right thing before I put this question on y'all. Okay. All right, good. So let's say we have, this is number one. Let's say we have the, let's say we have 125, right? Underneath the radical, plus 3 to the power of 3. And this is the cube root of 125. If you think you know how to do it, anyone think they know how to do this? You want to give it a try before I
know how to do
I think I'm gonna try it.
You want to try it? You want to
No,
try it?
sir.
You want to try it? Anyone want to
No,
try?
sir, I don't know how to do this.
You don't know how to do this one?
No, sir.
No? Okay.
No, sir, I don't know how to do it.
You don't know how to do it, Jamo? Okay. Okay. So this is the cube root of 125 plus 3 cube. Okay. Anyone want to try? Anyone want to try? Try it. Put your hands
I
inside the
can
chat.
try. Excuse me,
Yeah.
I know.
Try it. Put your hands inside the chat for me. Before I go ahead and answer it. Try it and put your hands inside the chat for me, please. All right. All right. Again, try it and put your hands inside the chat for me. I see Kushana says 375. Alea says 14. Alex says 32. Aiden says 32. That's it. And does anyone else want to try it? Condoleezza says 32. Jamo says 32.
Thank you, sir.
No problem. Yeah, so what is this? What is the answer going to be? Okay, so first of all, we have to figure out what do we mean by
I get 32.
You got 32? Okay. First things
Same.
first. You got 32? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, first things first, right?
Got 32.
We have to figure out what do we mean by the cube root of 125. What does the cube root of 125 mean?
5 times 5 times 5.
5 times 5 times 5?
125. I mean, find one. Find the square root of 125 and then divide by 3.
No, not the square root. This is the cube root. So the cube root means, right? Give me a number that when I multiply it by itself 3 times, quote unquote, it gives me 125. So what number when I multiply it by itself 3
5. So 5.
gives me
5.
Let me ask the question again. What number when I multiply it by itself 3 times gives me 125?
5.
5. Can I prove that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, let's prove it. So we have 5 times what?
5
Times 5
times 5
times 5.
equals
So 5 is
20.
involved in this 3 times. So 5 times 5 is 25, right? And 25 times 5 is what? Is what? That is 125.
125.
Yep.
So the cube root of 125 is what?
5.
It's 5. We have done cube roots before, right? I'm sure we've done cube roots before.
I know.
No.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I don't remember the cube roots. Y'all can't remember the cube roots? All right, let me list them for you. Cube roots. What is the cube root of 1? Write this down for me, please.
I remember.
Yeah.
I remember.
The cube the cube root of 1 is 1. Why? Because 1 times 1 times 1 is what?
1.
Is 1.
1 times 1 is 1.
The cube root of 8 is what? Is what?
2.
2. Why? Because 2 times 2 times 2, 2 is what? 8.
8.
The cube root of, write this down for me, please. The cube root of 27 is what?
3.
Is 3. Why?
3 times 3 times 3 equals 27.
Very good. Because 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. The cube root of 64 is what?
4.
It's
4.
4.
Why?
It's
4
times
times
4
times 4.
Because 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 is 64. The cube root of
125
the cube root of 125
is 5.
is what?
It's 5.
Is
5
5.
times 5.
Can we write that down?
You write this down, yes. I think I said that like 1,000 times. The cube root of 125 is 5. Why? Because what? 5
times
times
5
5
times
times 5 is
5.
125. The cube root of
216
216 is
is
what?
6.
Is what?
6.
Is 6. Why?
6 times 6 times 6 is
216. Very good. The cube root of, by the way, you should know these out your head.
343.
You should know these out your head. Yeah, at least up to 10. 343.
340. And that is 7.
That's gonna be what? 7.
7.
Why?
7 times 7 times 7.
Yes, because 7 times 7 times 7 is 343. The cube root of
512
512 is what?
8.
Is 8. Why?
8 times 8 times 8.
8 times 8 times 8 is what?
5.
512. The cube root of
729
729
is 9.
is 9. Is 9. Why?
9 times 9 times 9.
Very good. 9 times 9 times 9 is,
10 is 1,000.
and the cube
And
root of 1,000 is, the cube root of 1,000 is 10.
10.
Why?
10
10
times 10
That's
times.
Because 10 times 10 times 10 is 1,000. Very good. All right. Okay, go ahead. Someone have a question?
What the number is next to 343?
343 is equal to 7.
Okay.
And it's not okay. Caleb, it's either yes or no, so. So the cube root of 343 is 7. Question, are y'all writing this down? Let me know if you're writing this down, please.
yeah, so
I'm writing it down.
Oh,
Um, where is Lavender Johnson? Lavender Johnson, are you there? Where's Lavender Johnson? Lavender Johnson, are you there?
yes, sir.
Are you writing this down, Lavender?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Sharon Spencer, where's Sharon Spencer?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Sharon Spencer.
Are you writing this down, Sharon?
Yes, sir.
Did you take a picture of your work and send it to me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you understand what we're doing?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Cetasia, where's Cetasia? Cetasia? Where is Cetasia?
Yes, sir.
Cetasia, let me ask a question. Have you sent in your work, your notes?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand what we're doing?
No, sir, because I was doing something just now.
Okay, you have to be paying attention to Cetasia. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So what is the cube root of 64?
4.
Cetasia. What is the cube root of
4.
64? What is it?
4.
4. Why? Because 4 times 4 times 4 is 64. Okay? Let me ask another question. What is the cube root of 512?
5.
What is the cube root of 512? It's on the screen.
Oh, 8.
8. Why?
Because
Cetasia, are you paying attention?
no, sir. That's how I tell you was doing something.
Don't shout at me. Don't shout at me. You're the one who's not paying attention. You have to be paying attention.
I wasn't shouting.
You have to be paying attention to Daisy. Because I'm asking you simple questions and you don't know the answer to them. Have you sent in your notes as yet?
Yes, sir.
I haven't seen them. I'm looking at your chat and I haven't seen them. The last time
I
you sent,
just seen.
I tell you, I ain't see your notes. What phone number are you using?
My own.
Well, message me and let me know that's your number because I'm looking at your chat and I don't see it. But you have to be paying attention to Daisy. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
You have to be paying attention. Where is Tatiana? Tatiana, are you there? Tatiana, are you there? I can't hear from Tatiana. Rudy, are you there? Where's Rudy? Rudy, can you hear me? Miles Taylor, are you there? Where's Miles? Miles, I could hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes. What is the cube root of 512?
Cube root of 512 is 8.
It's 8. Why is that?
Because 8 times 8.
Because 8 times
8 times 8 times 8. My bad.
Very good. 8 times 8 times 8. Very good. And then what's Malaya Major? Where's Malaya Major?
Yes, sir.
What is the cube root of 343?
Pardon?
What is the cube root of 343?
343?
What's the cube root of 343?
7.
Why is that?
Because 7 times 7 times 7.
Because 7 times 7 times 7 is 343. Very good. Okay. Let's go ahead and continue. So we said that the cube root of 125 is what?
5.
It's 5. Why? Because
5
5
times
times
2.
5 times 5 is 125. Then we're gonna add it to
27.
add it to the cube, 3 cube. What is 3 cube, by the way? That's
So
gonna be
that's
what?
27
That's 27, but that's gonna be what? 3 times what?
times 3 times 3.
3 times 3 times what?
Times 3.
Times 3. Right? And that's gonna be equal to. Now I'm not gonna do it on the
22.
line. It's because it's gonna take up too much space. I'm gonna do it on the side of here. Let me just do it at the bottom. So we have 3 times 3 times 3. Well, three times 3 is what? 9. 9 multiplied by what?
3.
3. Then we have what? 9 times 3, which is what?
27.
27, good. And so 3 cube, right?
Will be 27.
3 cube is what? 27. So that means we have 5 plus what?
27.
Plus what? 27.
The 5. Why you couldn't just put the 27 instead of the 3 times 3 times 3?
I could have, but I wanted to reason why I didn't do it is because I wanted to show you all the expansion. All right.
Thank you.
So the answer is 32.
So when we add it together, we have 27 plus 5, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31,
32.
32. 32. All right. And that's how we got 32. Anyone understand how I got that? Let me know if you understand.
Yeah, I got it. I
understood.
Yeah, so
Anyone else understand? Let me know, please, if you understand how I got it.
Yes, sir.
The rest of you, I'm not talking to myself. Let me know if you understand.
Yes, sir. I
How I got it.
understand.
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's good.
I understand. I understand.
Mr. Petit,
Go ahead.
how you gave us a definition for the square root when you gave us the square root from 1 to 20? Could we get a definition for the cube root as well?
We did. I did and give you a definition. So
Oh, yeah, I get it. I get it. Sorry.
you see it?
Yes, sir. Right after the square root.
Right after the square root, yeah. Okay, good. All right, so the cube root is going to be that number when the results of the cube root is basically asking you a question. What number do you need to multiply by itself 3 times to get the number underneath the radical? Is anyone who do not understand how I got 32? If you do not
I
understand,
have a question, Mr. Petit.
go ahead.
Why you have 125 to 3?
You mean here?
Yeah, right now.
This is the cube root.
Oh, okay.
That's the cube root. That's the cube root.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
Go ahead, Ronaldo.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
That line down there with the 3 times 3, with the prime factorization, is that just to check your work?
This is this is more so the working that I didn't want to put up here, right?
Okay.
So, and it's not okay, Ronaldo.
Pardon?
It's not okay. It's either yes or no. So.
Oh, yes, sir.
So, Fiani Catri, do you understand this? Where's Fiani Catri? Malaya Devo. Where's Malaya Delavo?
I'm here.
Do you understand how we got 32?
Yes, sir, I understand.
By the way, are y'all finished with this slide before I move on to the next slide? Let me know if y'all finished.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
For those of you who are finished, take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. Again, for those of you who are finished, take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. Where's Satazio? Satazio, are you there?
Yes, sir.
I haven't seen your notes.
I sending them now.
Okay. Where is D'Angelo Smith? Are you there, D'Angelo? D'Angelo Smith, are you there? Where's Destin Gilbert? Destin Gilbert, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Destin, do you send in your notes? Have you sent in your notes?
I can send it now.
Yeah, you have to send in notes. I'm not talking to myself when I ask you to send in notes. I'm not just talking to some students. I'm talking to everyone. Please take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. That's what I said from the beginning. You all need to listen to instructions, follow instructions. Take a first for those who have not done it, take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. Please do that.
Mr. Petit.
Yes, go ahead.
When is the deadline to pay the finished pay for BJCs?
Okay, so that's a good question. So for those of you who are taking the national exams, any national exam, that's if you're doing it independently from school, so if you're out of school, then that means that you have to go to test and evaluation. They start accepting applications next week, Monday. Bring 2 passport photos, and a government ID, and funds to pay for each subject that you're taking. You're gonna go to test and evaluation located on Tony Williams Island Highway. So starting next week, that's when they open. I don't know when they close, but just make sure to do that before, before the year ends. Do it before. Okay.
You were just talking about the BJC?
Okay. So I'm gonna answer. That's why I didn't want to answer that question. If you have any other questions, please message me. I'm not gonna answer all them questions now, right? But just know that they start accepting sign up next week. This is for independent candidates only. If you're in school, then you have to listen to whatever your school say. But if you're out of school, then you could start signing up next week, Monday. All right. All right. So let's do another example.
I don't go to a.
I said, any other questions? Please message me. Okay. All right. Let's do another example on this. So we're gonna simplify. Okay, so simplify. We have okay, so simplify. We have okay, so I want us to do this together. Well, I want to, yeah, I still have to do another example, so I do at least 2 more at the very least. Okay, so let's say we have let's say that we have the cube root of, that's number 1, but that's number what? That's number 3, right? Number 3, let's say we have the cube root of 216 plus 2 cube. All right, the cube root of 216 plus 2 cube. All right, for this one, what are we gonna do? What is the cube root of 216? It's gonna be what?
6.
What is the cube root of 216? That's what?
6.
6. 6. Why is that?
6 times 6 times 6 is 26.
6 times 6 times 6 is 216. Plus, we have 2 cube. What is 2 cube? That's gonna be what?
2 times 2 times 2.
2 times 2 times 2. And what is 2 times 2 times 2? That's gonna be what?
16.
8.
What is 2 times 2 times 2?
8.
8.
2 times 2 is 4, and 4 times 2 is 8.
Is it 6? Is it 6, 8, or 16?
It's 8.
8.
It's 8.
Sure?
It's 8.
Positive.
Positive? All right, let's check it. We could always check it, right? So let's check it. So we have Kriston. Where's Kriston?
I'm here.
What is 2 cubed? That's gonna be what?
2 times 2 times 2.
Very good. 2 times 2 times 2. Kriston, have you sent your notes as yet? Where's Kriston?
I've been sending you the notes, but even the notes from Monday, when I pull it up, it says that you haven't really looked at them or seen them.
What's your number? Can you message your name as well? All right. So 2 times 2 is what?
4.
4 multiplied by what?
Equal 8.
Multiplied by what? 2. It's gonna be equal to, what is 4 times 2?
8.
4 times 2 is? 8. 8. Very good. So we have 6 plus what? 8. And what is 6 plus 8? That's gonna be what?
14.
6 plus 8 is 14. Very good. Any questions on this? Let me know, please, if you have any questions on this. Anyone have any questions on this?
No, sir.
No?
No, sir.
Brianna Moss, do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Carmelo Fernando, do you have any questions?
No, sir.
CC Joseph, do you understand? CC Joseph, do you understand? Someone said they did not understand. Who said they do not understand?
Harmony.
Harmony, what part don't you understand?
I don't understand the part where you put 6 plus 2 times 2 times 2.
Harmony, were you paying attention in the previous example?
Yes, sir.
So what is the cube root of 216?
6.
Why is that? Why? Why do you know the cube root of 216 is 6? Okay, so you have to be paying attention, Harmony. You have to be paying attention, or else otherwise you won't get it. So the cube root of 216 is, Harmony?
6.
6. Now the reason is because 6 times 6 times 6 is 216. Okay? What is the cube root of 64? Harmony?
4.
4. Why is that?
Because 4 times 4 times 4 is 4.
Very good. What's the cube root of 27?
3.
3. Why?
Because 3 times 3 times 3 is 27.
Very good. And so we come here, and what is the cube root of 216?
6.
Why is that? Why is that? Why is the cube root of 216 6?
Because 6 times 6 is 20.
6 times 6 times 6 is 216. All right, now we have 2 cube. What is 2 cube, Harmony?
2 times 2 times 2.
Very good. 2 times 2 is what?
4.
And 4 times 2 is what?
8.
8. And so we have 6 plus 8. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And what is 6 plus 8?
14.
14. Very good. Class, do you all understand how I got 14? Let me know, please.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
good.
sir.
All right. Let's do number 4.
Yes, sir.
So for number 4, let's say we have the cube root of oh boy, that's not good. Number 4, let's say we have the cube root of 3, 4, 3 plus 4 cube. Question. What is the cube root of 343?
7.
7.
7. 7. How do you know it's 7?
Because 7
times 7
equals
Very good.
343.
Because 7 times 7 times 7 is 343 plus, right? Plus 4 cube. What is 4 cube?
64.
4 times what?
4 times 4 times 4.
4 times 4 times what? Times 4. Good. And it's going to be equal to, all right, let me, what is 4 cube?
64.
64. How do we get that? 4 cube is going to be equal to 4 times what? Times 4 times what? Times 4. 4 times 4 is what?
16.
16 multiplied by what? Multiplied by 4. Very good. Equal to 16 times 4 is what?
72.
16 times 4 is
64.
64. Very good. And so 4 cube is definitely 64. And so what we have now here is what? 7 plus what? 7 plus what?
7 plus 64.
7 plus 64, yes.
64.
Is equal to what? What is
71.
7? 7 plus 64 is equal to what?
71.
71.
71. 71, very good. And that's our answer. All right. Do you all understand how I got 71? Let me know, please, if you understand.
Yes,
how I
sir.
got
They
71.
both easy. I thought they were gonna be hard.
Yes, sir.
You understand? You said
Yes,
you said it was easier, Laura?
Yes, sir. I thought it was gonna be extra hard.
Okay. Math is easy, don't make it hard. Okay, if you finish with this, take a picture of it and send it to me via WhatsApp again. If you finish with this, take a picture of it and send it to me via WhatsApp. Where is Tori? Tori, are you there? Where's Tori? Tori, are you there? Where's Tori?
Yeah.
Tori Miller, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Tori, do you understand this?
Yeah.
Okay. So remember, it's either yes or no, sir, Tori. Tori, but I don't see your notes. I don't see your notes, Tori. You need to take a picture of your notes and send it to me. I don't see your notes. And okay. All right. Please put an I in the chat if you understand how to do this. Put an I inside the chat if you understand how to do this. Put an N if you do not understand. Put an I if you understand how to do this. Put an N if you do not understand. Okay. Put an I if you understand. Put an N if you do not understand. Okay. See a lot of persons saying that they do. Put an I if you understand how to do this. Put an N if you do not understand how to do this. Ethan Adderley, where's Ethan Adderley? Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Ethan, you understand how to do this?
Yes, sir. I understand.
Yes, sir.
Ethan Smith.
Yes, sir.
Are you writing this down, Ethan?
I already did.
Did you send the work to me?
Yes, sir.
Put an I in the chat if you understand. Put an N if you do not understand. Let me know, please. Justin Saunders, do you understand what's happening? Or no? Justin Sanders. Do you understand? Can't really hear from Justin.
I don't
Justin Sanders, where's Justin? Okay, so what I'm gonna do, it's 5 minutes too. I want y'all to do one on your own. Put your answers inside the chat. You do not have to write this in your book, just put the answer in the chat. Okay, so I'm gonna let you do one on your own. Try this one. This is a great exercise. Put the answer inside the chat for me, please. Number 3. Try this one for me. Only one. Let's say we have the cube root of 1,000 plus 5 cubed. The cube root of 1,000 plus 5 cubed. Put your answer inside the chat for me, please. Put your answer inside the chat for me, please. Put your answer inside the chat for me, please. This one should be very easy. Put your answer inside the chat for me, please. I see the answers rolling in. Very good. Put your answer inside the chat for me, please, if you understand how to do this.
You call me?
Who is that speaking?
Patrick.
No, I didn't.
Miss Petit.
Uh-huh.
Miss Petit, my phone on low.
Yes, I saw your message. Put your answer inside the chat for me, please. The cube root of 1,000 plus 5 cubed. Put your answer inside the chat for me, please. The cube root of 1,000. Anyone got the answer yet? Let me know if you got the answer. Anyone?
Yes, sir. Because I can put it in the chat now.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
put it in the chat
Mr.
again.
Petit, can I see the screen?
I got the answer.
it kind of block, I ain't gonna lie.
You can't see the screen?
Yes, sir, I can see it now.
See now. The cube root of 1,000 plus 5 cube. The cube root of 1,000 plus 5 cube. Let me know what you got for that, please. The cube root of 1,000 plus 5 cube. What did y'all put for that? For your answer?
135.
135.
135.
135?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so.
Yes, sir.
Anyone get any answer different from 135?
3,125.
Say it again.
3,125.
How you got that?
Because you say the 3 square roots of 1,000, so that's 1,000 times 1,000 times 1,000.
No.
No.
The cube root
The
of
video gone again.
10 times
Cube
10
root
times
of
10.
is 10.
the cube root of 1,000.
I got 120.
10 times 10 times 10.
Oh.
The cube root of it.
Oh.
Okay. So what number? Right.
That's
I
10.
just put my answer in the chat.
It's 10, right?
Yes.
10. Good.
Yeah, so.
So that's 135.
135. Very good. 135.
I got 135.
Who else got 135? Anyone got something different than 135? Anyone got something different than 135?
I got 135.
I got 156.
At first, I didn't see that.
Yeah, at first I
It
didn't, but then I
was
changed my
5 to the 3rd power, so I put 15.
Oh, okay. You did 5 times 3. You did 5 times 3.
No, so I literally just say, 1,000 to the cube root is 10, so 10 plus 5, I get 15.
Oh, I see. You didn't see
Mr. Petit, your screen.
Mr. Petit, isn't the answer supposed to be 1,250?
How did you get that?
Because the square root of 1,000 is 10. No. No, never mind.
You see it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the cube root of 1,000 is what?
10.
10. Plus 5 cube is what?
5 times 5
5 cube is what? 5 cube is
5 times 5.
5 times what?
5.
Times 5.
Times 5.
That's right.
5.
That's 5.
Mr.
Right?
Petit, I
And
right.
your answer would be 125.
125.
5 times 5 is
25.
125.
25. Bring down the
Bring down the
bring down the 5.
125.
25 times 5 is
125.
125. Very good.
25. I right there.
Okay.
And then 125 plus 10.
And then 125
plus 10 is
Plus
135.
It's 135.
So 125 plus
135.
plus 10, so it's going to be 125 plus 10 is equal to what?
With that one, I just look at it and know the answer.
5. 2 plus 1 is 3. 1 plus 0 is 1. It's going to be what? 1,
135.
3,
135.
5. Anyone else got that?
Yes.
Me. I got that.
Excellent. Excellent.
As soon as
Excellent.
I write it down.
Excellent. Very good. All right. Pretty easy, right? So you prefer PEMDAS or geometry?
PEMDAS.
Yeah.
Really?
It's really easy.
You prefer
Both.
PEMDAS over geometry?
I
Wow.
prefer both.
I like geometry. Feel comfortable with that.
I choose both.
Choose both? Okay.
I can
Wow.
choose between them.
PEMDAS, okay. I think this is our last installation of PEMDAS. We might, there's none more I could think of. If I think of anything by tomorrow, then we could do PEMDAS one more time. But we have only one more, if that, class on PEMDAS. If not, then we'll go on the next topic tomorrow, which I believe that's more than likely what's gonna happen. Go ahead.
Is there any more subjects after this?
Yes, we go into English. So let's go into English language. That's so header for me, please. Today is my name is Mr. Petit. Oh boy. Today is Wednesday the what? The 6th of November 2024. The subject is, of course, mathematics. And the topic is
English.
It's English. It's English.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
English.
Autopilot.
Tell him.
Okay, so today we're going to be looking at a very important topic, one that needs special consideration, especially for persons who are going to be writing essays. We're going to be looking at the idea of coherence. Coherence. And basically what coherence means, does anyone know what we mean by coherence? I've said it before in this class.
Being understandable.
Being understandable, no. That's coherent.
Is it the relevance?
Not the relevance of it, no. Coherence. What do we mean by
in the same sentence?
no?
Some flow smoothly.
Say it again.
Like some flowing smoothly.
Something
logic.
something flowing. Okay, something flowing smoothly. Okay. In English, though, in English language, what do we mean by coherence?
Being logical.
Being logical.
Sequence of events.
Say it again.
Sequence of events.
Sequence of events.
Being
Okay.
consistent and logical.
Consistent and logical. Okay. There's a word we could use for all of that, or a phrase we could use for all of that. Coherence. If something is coherent. Okay, let me ask the question. If something is coherent, is it all over the place?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No. So what is coherence then?
It have to fit together.
Fit together.
Reasonable.
More than that. Okay.
Organized.
Organized. Yes, organized. But what?
Reasonable.
They have to
Reasonable.
form a whole.
It has to form a whole. What do we call something that forms a whole?
United.
United. Complete.
Complete thought.
Complete thought.
Shovel.
But you could have a complete thought that is still incoherent. When I say coherence, if I want a paragraph or essay that's coherent, they could be made up of complete sentences. It's still not coherent. What makes something coherent? Or what is coherence?
Being on the same page.
Being on the same
Page.
page. Okay, that's consistency. So coherence just basically means
Intelligible. I don't know how to pronounce it.
it's just basically the art of staying on track. So how to stay on track, right? So you're not all over the place. Like at the beginning, you don't start talking about the luncheon, and at the end, you start talking about, I don't know, your downtown vacation. Coherence is the art of staying on track. How to stay on track. If you're writing an essay, I mean, have you ever written an essay before and you start writing on one thing and then you're like, wow, I don't know how I get to this part. That ever happened to you?
Yes, sir, that happens
All
today.
the time.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be writing a debate for class and then write that same exact thing.
Exactly, right? So coherence means that you stay on topic. You stay on track. You don't divert. You don't turn to the left, you don't turn to the right. It is smooth, it is logical, it makes sense. So if you were, advising a student or someone who's going to take the exam, how to stay on track, what you think is something good that things we could jot down on how to stay on track? What would you need to do to stay on track?
Brainstorming.
Okay, so brainstorming, if you want to, let me change the color of this.
Ideas.
You want to
Only think about the topic.
You want to start with a plan, right? Because a plan will
I'm
help you to
sorry, Mr. Cartwright. My name is Petit. I'm sorry, Rap.
Mr. Cartwright.
Sorry. My name is Petit. Is it like story web to see like what you gonna do and how to do it?
Okay, so if you want to stay on track, you want to start with a plan. So before you write, make sure you have a plan, or we call this a outline, right? So you want to make sure you have an outline. Just a little short little thing that you're going to write that has your 3 points and everything inside of it that you're going to write. So in order to stay on track, you need a plan. How in the world you can stay on track if you don't know the plan, right? So every time, even when I was a student, before I start writing an essay, I spend a lot of time on the plan, right? And the plan is going to include my position, right? So I would say, okay, what my position is on this. Do I agree? Do I disagree? Right? And then my plan is going to include 3 reasons. You don't have to write this down. I'm just jotting stuff down before we start. My plan is going to contain 3 reasons why I agree or disagree. All right, so I give my 3 reasons in my plan. So I'm just thinking about it. And then in my plan, I am going to write some examples of how I'm going to support my plan. I'm going to support each point. So I'm going to think about...
Excuse me, sir, should we be writing this down?
No, this is just me jotting stuff down. We're going to write it down right now. Then I'm going to give some supporting details for each point, right? Supporting details, example stuff. So your plan should contain your position, right? And it should contain 3 reasons why you hold that position, because this is what's going to keep you on track. And then for each position, if you have enough time, you give some examples or some supporting details. Nothing long, just something brief so you could be like, okay, this is what I'm going to do, so I'm going to do this, I'm going to do. So your plan should not take you more than, it should be between 10, it should be
20 minutes.
No, 10 to 15 minutes, the most. 15 minutes is a lot, but I would rather spend 15 minutes on a plan than start it off without a plan. So if you are doing a homework, obviously you could spend longer time with the plan. But if you are in the exam,
Pardon me, Mr. Petit.
Go ahead.
I have to go somewhere. It was last minute, and I've covered this topic before. So could I just take this and listen?
Yes, you can. All right.
Thank you.
So you want to spend, okay, if this is a homework, then you could spend a longer time on the plan because you could think about it more. All right. But if this is say, if this is an in-person essay where you have to actually write it out, you do not want to spend too long on the plan because obviously you have an essay to write. But the first thing, even when I gave my aptitude test, I didn't see nobody write a plan. So you have to write a plan. Write a plan before you start writing the essay, because if you don't write a plan, then you're gonna not be coherent. It's gonna be all over the place. So your plan is gonna have your position. And if you are doing this at home, do not use ChatGPT. You know, most persons I find use ChatGPT. ChatGPT is not gonna be good. Why is that the problem? Because if you use ChatGPT to do your homework, guess what's gonna happen in the time for exam? Guess what's gonna happen?
You don't know what to
You
do.
don't do it for yourself.
You won't know what to
You
do,
don't know
right?
what to do. You're gonna
So
be like,
so what's the point? Write it on your own, because you have to develop as a writer. You have to develop as a student. You have to learn how to do it. You can't just have someone do it for you, right? It's not gonna be good. When you come in the exam, it's not gonna be a computer exam. You're gonna have to actually write the thing out. So learn how to write. Learn how to write. Don't just have it automated to do for you. Now, if you want to learn, if you don't know how to write an essay and you wanted to teach you how to write it, you could do that, but don't have it write it out for you, right? Because that's not going to be helpful for you. You want to do it yourself. All
I
right.
mean, teachers could go to ChatGPT and see that you literally go on ChatGPT to get the answers.
Yeah, that don't make no sense, right? You are hurting yourself. You're not hurting nobody else except yourself, right? So you want to be able to write a plan properly. The plan is going to keep you on track. Besides that, what else is able to keep you on track?
Drink
Besides that,
water. Focusing
no,
on the topic.
focusing on the topic. So you want to focus on the topic. Focus. What else is going to keep you on track? How about order, right? If you're able to order it and organize it properly, then you're able to stay on track. How about transitional words, transitions? What are some transitional words you could use? What are some transitional words you could use?
Two.
No. Firstly.
Therefore.
Secondly.
First, second. Yeah.
Thirdly.
Finally.
Finally.
Additionally.
Additionally.
Finally.
Right? All those are the transitional words you could use. Therefore, afterwards, furthermore, right? You could use those,
Before.
right? You could use those transitional words to keep you on track. The next thing is you can also, repetition helps to keep you on track. Inside of your exam, if you understand how to really write, a lot of your exam, you're gonna be repeating yourself because you're still maintaining the same position. You're just gonna say it in a different way, right? So a lot of it is repetition. That helps to keep you on track as well, repetition. Repeating the same ideas, just giving different reasons on it, right? And then the next thing is, what's gonna keep you on track is the tone. Making sure that you have the same tone throughout, making sure that you have a consistent point of view, right? So your point of view is consistent throughout. And those are the things that are gonna help you to stay on track. So now the number one thing that's gonna help you to stay on track is your plan. That's the number one thing. So start with a plan, right? Inside of your plan, you're gonna have your position and you're gonna have your 3 reasons on why you have your position. The plan should not take you no longer than 10 to 15 minutes. And then what else gonna keep you on track is remaining focused on the topic. That means always looking at the question, making sure you're answering it properly, making sure that you are orderly and organized, making sure that you rightly use transitions, making sure you repeat ideas and positions, and making sure that you have a consistent point of view. Those are all things that can help you to be coherent. Okay. And so now that we got a broad overview of what we're going to be talking about, let's write it down. Okay, so let's write this down. They're all drawings. Okay, cool. So let's define coherence. So coherence, write this down for me, please. Coherence in language. Coherence in language. Oh boy, there we go. Coherence in language especially in essays, refers to the smooth and logical flow of ideas.
Mr. Petit,
Go ahead.
is it okay if I do my homework and just listen and watch what you're doing?
No. We almost finished. Quickly write this. It's not gonna be long. We almost done. So coherence in English in language, especially as it refers to the smooth and logical flow of ideas. All right. Making the content, shall we say, understandable and easy for the reader to follow. So go ahead, Sashini, can you read the definition of coherence?
Coherence in language, especially in essays, refers to the smooth and logical flow of ideas, making the content understandable and easy for the reader to follow.
Very good. So coherence is basically making sure that your ideas flow, making sure that they're understandable, right? And there are ways to remain coherent, making sure that you don't go off track, making sure you don't sound weird and inconsistent and improper and sound like you don't know what you're saying, like a word salad. All right, a coherent piece of writing. A coherent piece of writing is organized in a way, this is my favorite part, in a way that each sentence, right? Each paragraph and section contributes to the overall clarity and effectiveness of the communication. It's probably the most important line here. You know, it's the best way to eat an elephant. Anyone know what's the best way to eat an elephant?
Hold on, excuse me, Mr. Petit. Do you know?
Cut it up.
No.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit. Do you know?
Why would
Yes,
someone eat an elephant?
What's the best way to eat an elephant?
Looking at.
The whole elephant.
To
If you're
curry
gonna
it,
eat,
sir. To curry it.
to curry it, no.
Mr. Petit, do you know?
I know.
Start off with the nose.
Thank you,
the
Mr. Petit.
Chinese
So
and
you
let
know.
them know.
Cut it into parts.
No, okay,
Wait, aren't you vegan? Why are you
Eat it
whole.
Exactly. You vegan and how you know
Take
how
it
to
to the
eat?
Chinese.
How you know how
Alright.
to eat elephant?
The best way to eat an elephant is one bite at a time. One bite at a time. One bite at a time. What do I mean by that? In order for you to have a coherent essay, in order for you to have a coherent essay, each sentence must be coherent. Each paragraph must be coherent. Each section must be coherent. You can't say, oh, I want to write a coherent essay. I want to stay on track. But then your sentences ain't on track. If your sentences ain't on track, then your paragraphs ain't gonna be on track. If your paragraphs ain't on track, then the whole essay ain't gonna be on track. So the best way to make sure is that when you write one sentence, the next sentence that comes after it, make sure it aligns, with the previous sentence and make sure all two of those sentences align with the topic that you're talking about. That's how you stay coherent. One sentence at a time, one bite at a time. That's how you eat an elephant, one bite at a time. All right. So that's what this is saying here. A coherent piece of writing is organized in a way that each sentence, each paragraph and section contributes to the overall clarity and effectiveness of the communication. Okay. And so let's move on to the next one. So everything, this is everything, and this is very important. Everything you, listen, the better you become in writing, the more you would understand that in writing, there's no wasted words. Everything that you write in your essay, everything that you write must support, everything that is written must support the overall, we say main idea or the overall thesis. Thesis is just the main idea, right? The overall thesis statement, okay? Everything that you write must support that. Everything, every single thing. There's nothing that's going to go in your paragraph that does not support the thesis statement. If it doesn't support it, it shouldn't be inside your essay, all right? That's how you stay on track, all right? Okay, so here are several elements. Here are several elements which contribute to the coherence of essays, language essays. Okay, so let me move this. Let me put this, only this part's supposed to be in bold. Okay, so like I said, it has to be in logical order. Logical order. Okay, logical order. It means that when someone read it, it must make sense, right? You could either do it chronologically. So if you're talking about the history of the Bahamas, you might talk about it chronologically, or you might just emphasize or highlight main significant events, or you might just do it in terms of themes, right? But it has to have an order, right? Whatever order you pick, it doesn't matter. Chronological, thematic, or in order of significance, it doesn't matter. But it has to be in some sort of order, right? So ideas follow an order, whatever order that is, that makes sense. An order that is, it's not all over the place. It's people be like, okay, I understand why you do that first. And I understand why you say that first. And I understand how to connect with that, right? The second thing is effective. What? We talked about this earlier. Effective what? Transitions. Effective transitions. Phrases. Words such as, firstly, secondly, thirdly, finally, additionally, furthermore, also, then, however, alternatively, therefore, and in addition to etc. Helps all help understood all all help to guide the essay in a right direction. So they are very effective if you use them properly. So try to use them in your essay so that it could help you to form coherent sentences and form coherent paragraphs. Okay. So we have logical order that is helpful in staying on track, effective transitions, making sure that you have some sort of order, making sure that you are able to weave your way and navigate your way through your ideas and the things in your mind. And make sure that you're able to create a proper message, create proper messaging, right? All those are effective. The next thing is you want to maintaining a consistent point of view. Maintaining a consistent point of view. Point of view, there are different point of views, right? So let me explain what I mean by that. So you have, the point of view is just basically the perspective in which you write with. So the perspective that you choose, must remain the same, right? In general. So if you are speaking and most times it's just better, especially for you all, unless you are writing a narrative essay, it's just best to stay in the first person. So there's different type of point of views you could talk about. So you could write in the first person. And when you write in the first person, you use words like I and me, right? Then you could write in the second person. And if you write in the second person, you could use words like you, your, and stuff like that. If you write in the third person, and I recommend that most times write in the third person, that's just more formal. You could use words like they and it and an individual, all right? He, she, stuff like that, etc. That's in the third person. So in the third person, the first person is all about me. I went to the shop. I accidentally tripped, right? Me and my I is you. You are I, right? So the first person would be if you are talking about your experience, that's the first person, right? The second person would be like if you are telling people what to do. So like you must not drive this car. You at 16, you should not get your driver's license. You should take care of your children, right? You should build a family, and you should, develop some extraordinary ideas. So second person is if you are talking to someone else, right? So first person is I did this, I am going to do this, I am doing this, or I will do this, I did this. That's me and my friends, like that's the first person. You're talking about yourself and your experiences. The second person is when you don't include yourself, but you are talking to people, telling them what to do, telling them, giving them information. You are saying you and your family are better off, in the suburbs. Like that's the second person. The third person is very formal. Like the third person doesn't have any I, doesn't have any me. The third person doesn't have you or your. The third person has they, it, an individual, he, she, stuff like that. So for example, you start off by saying an individual is better off saving $1 a day than spending money lavishly, right? That's you didn't say you are better off. You didn't say you should save. All you say is that an individual, all right? So you are very standoffish, right? You are like, you try to be as objective as you can. That's the third person, right? So typically, most formal essays are written in the third person, right? And whenever you're writing your essays, and except if it's a descriptive essay or if it's a narrative essay, you want to make sure that you stay in the third person, all right? Because third person just sound like you're not biased, right? It sounds like, you know, you are trying to allow the reader to make their own decision, okay? So, but whatever point of view you pick, stick to it, okay? I mean, you can change it up a bit, but you have to be very good in changing it. But for the most part, stick to the whatever point of view that you choose, okay? And then finally, repetition of ideas. Repetition of ideas. This is very important, because if you find yourself not repeating yourself, I mean not repeating your main positions, then you're doing something wrong. If the whole essay is to prove why bullying causes catastrophic damages to adolescents, and every time you make a point, you don't come back to that. Okay, and this is why bullying causes these problems, or and this is why, or this is how depression leads to suicide, or and this is why, you know, teenage pregnancy, you know, can cause certain, like if you don't come back to your main position, then you're doing something wrong. You're doing something wrong. You have to come back to your main position, because you always have to connect your supporting details to the main position. That's why in your essay, there's going to be a lot of repeating. Now, when you repeat, you're not going to repeat the exact same thing. You're going to try to switch up the words a bit, but essentially you're repeating yourself, because you're trying to show the reader, this is my points, this is my evidences. This is my evidence, and this is how my evidence correspond with my overall main position. So you will be repeating yourself. If you don't, or just repeating of key ideas, sorry. You will be repeating key ideas. That's important. If you don't repeat key ideas, you're doing something wrong. That's very important. So throughout, and that helps you to stay on track. At least it helps me. That's very important. Like repeating key ideas is very important when you are trying to, make everything coherent. So throughout the paragraph, reinforce, that's the word, reinforce the main idea. Reinforce the main idea. Reinforce the main idea. And contribute to a sense of unity. Yeah. All right. And finally, like we said, the plan. Okay. The plan. Before writing an essay, spend some time, 10 to 15 minutes, organizing your ideas and positions by using a plan. The plan will help you. The plan helps to or the plan serves as a guide so basically the plan is gonna be like your guide so that you wouldn't so that your essay can be coherent. So that's what you want. You want to write a plan, a brief plan that contains your positions, that contains your ideas, your supporting details, everything that you want to have in it. And this is before you write the essay. Write a plan. This can help to organize your thoughts and ideas. All right. Okay. Okay, good. So this is it. Right. This is it. All right. Now let me just ask a few questions on this. Anyone can answer. What do we mean by coherence in language? What does that mean? What is coherence in language? What does that mean?
To stay on
track. Of ideas.
Say it again, Makaya.
The smooth and logical flow of ideas.
Very good. The smooth and logical flow of ideas. True or false? Only some things in your essay should support your overall ideas.
False.
False.
False. Very good.
False.
Give me some examples of transitions that you could use.
Firstly,
First,
secondly, thirdly, therefore, however.
Additionally. Addition to.
In addition to, very good.
Alternatively.
Very good.
Then.
Yes.
Finally.
Yes. When we say the first person, give me a sentence in the first person. Give me a sentence in the first person.
I'm walking to the beach.
I am walking to the beach. Yes. What else? Give me a sentence
I
in the
was
first.
chased by a dog.
I was chased by a dog. Very good.
I love to go walking.
I love to go walking. Those are sentences in the first person. Give me a sentence in the second person.
You like to go walking?
You like to go walking. Yes.
You need to buy Prime now.
You're next to him.
Say it again. Say it again.
Jogging?
You like jogging. Yes. You should clean your room. You should wash the dishes. You should drive a car with license. Give me something.
You should do your chores.
You should do your chores. Give me something in the third person.
They went to the beach.
They went to the beach. Very good.
They like to
He ride
party.
a bicycle.
He
It
rode.
was a beautiful day. They ironed their shirts.
It was a beautiful day. Yeah. They ironed their shirts.
Party.
She likes to party. Yes. Third person. Why is it important to repeat your key ideas? Why is that important? To repeat your key ideas.
To reinforce the main idea.
To reinforce the main idea. Very good. What is the most important thing that you could do to stay on track? The most important thing you could do to stay on track?
Write a plan.
Writing a plan. Writing a plan. Very good. Okay, so what I want you to do is, once you finish with this notes, anyone finish with the notes? Anyone finish with the notes?
Me.
I am.
No, sir. All right, take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp again. Take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. Take a picture. All right, again, take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. Once you have done that, then you can leave. Have a wonderful evening. I'll see y'all on tomorrow. God's willing.
Good night.
Good night. Make sure to take a picture of your work and send it to
Good
me.
night.
Good night.
Good night.
Take a picture of your work and send it to me. Please. Good night. Good night. Good night. Take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp.
Good night, Mr. Petit.
Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, Mr. Petit.
Good night.
Good night, Miss.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, Mr. Petit.
Good night.
Tomorrow.
Good night. Good night.
Good night, Mr. Petit.
Good night.
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 Good night. Good night. Good night.
Mr. Petty, I sent you my work. See you tomorrow by God's grace.
All right, no problem.
Is class done for the evening?
Yes, we are done for the evening. Have a wonderful evening.
Goodbye.
Good night.
Mr. Petit, can you send me a picture of this because I didn't get to finish it, please?
Take a picture of it. Take a picture of it.
Okay.
Good night, Mr. Petit.
Good night.
Hi, Mr. Petit.
Good night. Good night.
Good night, Mr. Petit.
Good night. Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Good night, Mr. Petit. Tomorrow, by God's grace.
All right. Yes, sir. Good night.
One more question. What all subjects we have tomorrow?
Health science and general science, and then math.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good night. The rest of y'all, are y'all finished before I
Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Mr. Petit.
Good night.
Good night. I'm sending my work right now, Mr. Petit.
No problem.